Welcome to GasEd. Today we will be discussing how to set up Clawdbot on a virtual private server in just minutes with no Mac Mini required. We're going to break down exactly how you can deploy this incredibly powerful open source AI safely, securely, and cost-effectively, literally right from your own computer.
All right, let's take a quick look at our roadmap for today's explainer. We've got 1. The AI Security Sandbox. 2. Provisioning your virtual server. 3. Environment setup and installation. 4. Connecting to Telegram. And 5. AI Security Best Practices.
Section 1. The AI Security Sandbox. Mitigating risk with virtual environments. So, you know open source AI projects like Clawdbot are totally game-changing, but here's the catch. They have access to absolutely everything in their immediate environment. Dropping an autonomous AI straight onto your main business laptop, yeah, that's incredibly risky. To contain it, some folks go out and drop $600 or more on a standalone Mac Mini. And sure, that physical isolation works, but it's pretty pricey, right? So instead, we're using a virtual private server, or VPS. It acts as an affordable, highly secured digital sandbox. You're basically just renting a tiny slice of a server for a fraction of the cost, dropping the AI inside, and you know for sure it's safely locked away from all your important business files. Moving on to Section 2, provisioning your virtual server, setting the technical foundation.
Okay, so what do you actually need under the hood? Here are the exact specs for your VPS to make sure your setup goes smoothly. Whether you go with a big-name provider or your personal favorite host, grab an operating system like Ubuntu 24.04 LTS. For your processing power and memory, you're going to want at least 2 vCPU cores and 8 gigs of RAM. Pair that up with 100 gigabytes of disk space, and honestly, that's the sweet spot. It gives you more than enough computing muscle to run Clawdbot without overpaying for massive enterprise server space you just don't need.
Once you buy and initialize that server, you'll get 2 things, an IP address and a root password. But how do we actually connect our local computer to this brand new server? Well, we use a really vital protocol called SSH, or Secure Shell. Think of SSH as this highly secure, encrypted tunnel connecting your computer's terminal directly to the remote server. It's basically the absolute standard for how developers securely command remote computers over the internet.
Which brings us to Section 3, Environment Setup and Installation. Deploying Clawdbot via terminal.
Now we're getting into the fun stuff. These 4 steps are absolutely crucial for securely getting into your server and setting up a dedicated profile for your AI. First, open up your terminal and use that SSH tunnel by typing SSH root at and then your server's IP address. It's going to ask for your password, and hey, quick insider tip for you. The terminal won't actually show your keystrokes while you type. Don't panic, just look down, type your password out, and hit enter. Once you're inside, we really don't want the AI running with ultimate root administrator powers, so we type add user Claude to create a dedicated profile just for the bot. We give that user the right admin permissions, and finally, we switch over to acting as that user by typing su-claude. Boom, you've got a perfectly clean, dedicated workspace.
Now that you're in that new user account, you just paste in this one-line installation script from the Clawdbot open source project. And I love this script because it's insanely efficient. It automatically figures out what operating system you're on, then goes out and downloads Node.js and all the essential software dependencies to make the AI run. This part can take anywhere from 2 to 10 minutes. So go grab a coffee, be patient, and just let the terminal do all the heavy lifting for you.
When that finishes up, the terminal drops you into this really easy interactive onboarding flow. It's going to ask you to make a few strategic choices to set up your AI's brain. For our explainer today, we're going to select Anthropic as our model provider, which means you will need to paste in your unique Anthropic API key here. For the default model, we'll go with Opus 4.5. And finally, when it asks for your communications channel, basically, how do you want to interface with it, we'll select the Telegram bot API.
Section 4, Connecting to Telegram, establishing the communications interface.
This is where we bridge the gap between that server terminal and the phone in your pocket, so you don't have to literally write code to talk to your AI. Open up your Telegram app and search for BotFather. It's Telegram's official tool for spinning up new bots. You just send it the /newbot command, give your test bot a cool name and username, and BotFather hands you back a long string of text called an API token. Copy that token, head back to your terminal, and just paste it right in where the Clawdbot setup is waiting for it. With Telegram all set, we just start the gateway on your server. You run a quick startup command, and your server starts actively listening for connections. Then you create an IP tunnel. This lets you take your server's IP address, pop it into your standard web browser, and suddenly, you're looking at the Clawdbot web UI dashboard. You literally have a visual web app running live straight from your secure server. Let's do the final pairing. This is where you officially introduce your Telegram bot to Clawdbot. Inside the Telegram app, hit start on your new bot.
It'll instantly spit out a unique, one-time pairing code. Grab that code, switch over to your Clawdbot web UI in the browser, and type it in. Instantly, Clawdbot verifies the handshake. Seriously, go ahead and type hello into Telegram right now, and Clawdbot will text you back on your phone, proving the connection is totally rock solid.
But wait, there's one final technical hurdle to clear. If you just close out of your terminal window right now, your AI essentially goes to sleep. To make sure you can text your AI from the beach while your laptop is completely shut down, you have to configure the gateway to always stay running. You do this by going into the exact start configuration file on your server, finding the always option, flipping it on, and restarting the gateway. Once that status says active, your AI is officially running continuously in the background. You can shut your computer down completely, open Telegram on your phone, and your AI is right there waiting for your commands.
And finally, Section 5, AI Security Best Practices, Managing Your Autonomous Agent. I really want you to think about this quote. Think of this less like an AI agent and more like a VA that has access to your email and your files. This hits the nail on the head as to why we built a sandbox in the first place. You have to treat this non-deterministic AI exactly like a highly capable but super literal-minded virtual assistant. When you give it access, it doesn't just read things, it can take action. If you hand over your passwords, your calendar, or your cloud storage, it inherently has the power to manipulate those resources. We absolutely have to respect the real-world business risks here. Because this AI is autonomous, it can execute terminal commands, it can open, read, and even alter sensitive files. Plus, giving it access to your main inbox exposes you to things called prompt injections. Basically, if a hacker emails you a hidden prompt and your AI is autonomously reading your emails, it might actually execute the hacker's instructions without you ever knowing. If the AI or the server gets compromised, we're talking about a potential catastrophic leak of your proprietary business data. So, what's our game plan? If you're a business owner, treat this tool as a powerful experiment and heavily restrict its permissions to dedicated, safe environments. The golden rule here is isolation. Do not hook this AI up to your main CEO email account. Make a dedicated email just for the bot. Keep it boxed inside that VPS environment we just built. And honestly, whenever you can, only give it strictly read-only permissions to any outside apps it connects to.
Which brings us to the ultimate question. Is your business environment truly secure enough to hire an autonomous AI? Before you go passing out API keys and handing over the keys to the kingdom, you really need to ask yourself if your current infrastructure and your grasp on data privacy is ready for this level of automation. It's a massive game changer for power users for sure, but it demands respect, preparation, and incredibly tight security boundaries.
That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.